That's the same thing you're doing as a water sign, working with the fire element,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So all that energy you feel with that, it's just, now is how can you control it? Is the question you asking yourself. The funny part about it is you the only one can teach it to you because it's tied to your inner knowing of yourself. It's not tied to my external knowing of who you are, my observation and meeting you. It's your inner knowing of yourself. The only person know when your emotions starting to rise without you telling them is you.
Right. It's like
So
I kind of get irritated because of the fact that, like, damn, you try to really. It's like I don't really try to control my emotions, but I work with them. But being mad, I find myself not wanting to do that a lot, or just I don't know. But it
did you hear what you said? You said you get irritated. What is irritation?
uh man,
So look, you water, right?
yeah,
If you go to a clean pool of water right now, put your hand in it, and you do like this real fast, the
mm,
water is gonna the water gonna react.
right, like ripples, or yeah,
Yeah, so that's called agitation.
like dang, right, you messing
Ag-
with okay, yeah,
so the agitation is the cause of the irritation.
okay,
It's the same way as you do that to the water. If you do that to your leg with your knuckles, you're gonna feel heat.
man. Man, I just caught myself trying that right there. But no, for real. But
Right. You learning in real time. You testing the energy.
right.
Okay, now when you realize that you're getting agitated, the first thing you ask yourself is this proper context for what's taking place? And when you discover it's not, then you look at the situation and say, well, what is the proper context? Because your emotions have to be calibrated. Children who don't have their emotions calibrated normally is done through external discipline.
And
But when you don't have that calibration of your emotions, you're erratic, you're unstable, and you don't know that your emotions is not who you are. That's just the navigation system you use when you interact with other people. So you have to first ask yourself is the emotion in context with the circumstances, situation, or whatever is taking place, the environment you're in, right? If the emotion is out of context, that's you, not the environment, not the situation, not the circumstances. And if it's you, that means you are the only person that can control it,
okay.
right? Once you catch on and you start doing it on a regular, even when somebody crack a joke, if everybody laughing and it ain't funny to you, is that proper context? Because the joke might not be funny to you.
Man, I'm sitting around looking at why everybody laughing. That wasn't even funny. Man.
Right. So for you, it's not funny enough to elicit the laughter, right? But for them, their sense of humor might be at a higher level than yours because they've probably been calibrated through years of 3 years of comedy exposure.
Right.
So now jokes that you don't find funny is like hilarious to somebody who's conditioned to recognize comedic activity, right? And the crazy part about that is then you can see the parodies playing out in real life and you be like, man, that's just some comedy shit,
Right.
right? So the hard part is remembering to check your emotion to determine if the context is in alignment with the experience of the moment.
You
And
know
as
something?
soon as as soon as you do that and you get to get all your emotions calibrated, you can then read your emotions the same way you read a book.
It's like you can
So
tell what you're gonna do. Like I don't. You can literally stop. All you gotta do anytime I find myself telling me it's a spiritual war going on and this, and I can literally snap out of it. But it's like as long as I don't. But that's what I'm trying to do more. Start to remember, or I would say I failed. Like I used to be able to do it so much, but now stuff happen. It seemed like the more I get control over myself, the more because it's like I'm always relearning everything that I already knew, or I don't know how to explain that. But once
Yeah,
you get
because you knew everything before, but when you came through the amnesia system, you forgot that you knew it already. Now you need somebody to remind you of what you already know.
you just said, man, that made me so happy. You just said literally what? Okay, so okay, I got a lot of work to do then.
Right now, here's a trauma cleansing emotional development exercise I'm about to give you.
Okay, here, hold on. Let me write this down.
You can come back and review the video.
Okay, yup. Man.
Okay, now watch. This is how it works. You remember a time when somebody pissed you off.
Right.
You thought 100% you was right at the moment because or else you wouldn't be pissed off. Revisit that in your mind while you alone. You going to feel the same emotions starting to well up, right? But then you realize later on that you got mad for nothing. Now you can use that to calibrate your emotions to determine. And then it's the same with the laughter, the same with the pain and the suffering. Because when we ain't in the physical body, we don't have no pain. We don't got no suffering. We don't even know what that shit is.
Man.
You got to be in the 3D reality with a physical body to experience the whole gamut of feeling. And that's why we here.
Man. Right.
Well, we came here to feel because we know everything outside the physical body. We came in the physical body, it causes the side effect is the amnesia.
Right.
But in the course of that, we trying to learn how to feel. And the
Man,
highest
hearing that
frequency of
is
yeah, the highest frequency of emotion is love. It's the highest energy that you
right.
can raise yourself to, and then that's going to create the feeling of something called bliss. It's beyond happy. You just walking around
I
like
feel
you
like
in
that's
La
how
La
I'm
Land.
feeling right now.
It's beyond happy. You walk around like you in La La Land.
Man.
But nobody's teaching us this anymore, and it was common knowledge to us before we was colonized.
Right.
And that's why it was easy for them to, when they killed off our elders, it was easy for them to give us false information. They made sure they killed the elders for. Like, we think they was just randomly lynching us. They wasn't.
Man.
Everybody you see on the end of a rope was somebody that was teaching somebody that was uplifting people and they had a positive impact. They wasn't just randomly just because you look like us, you was getting lynched. No, you had to be somebody to get
Right.
lynched.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like Emmett Till, he was going to grow up to be Chief Littlehorn and he was going to rally the troops to war. They
Right.
knew who he was from his birth chart. So how do you stop him? You can't stop him from being who he's going to become unless you take him off the game board, erase him. And they was using murder, which they was not supposed to use according to the contract. They were supposed to do the same thing that we were supposed to do: educate yourself about a condition, therefore you can see it all.
So, do you think that you think they had to like study his like life path or birth chart to figure all of that out about
They
Emmett
knew
Till?
his they knew his birth chart. They knew he was coming to Mississippi before he left Chicago. It's in his birth record. He had to go back to Mississippi because you
Dang, he
have to
can
go
really
back.
figure all of that out. Okay.
You have to go back to your ancestral lands of where you was where your last incarnation as a chief was, and put your feet on the ground.
Okay, so in one of my family Bibles I got my mama family Bible. I think it go like 4 or 5 generations. Is that something I can start with to
Yep,
look at my roots?
yeah. That's how we used to keep records because we didn't use day repository. We got word of mouth, and then we had like for business purposes, we kept birth records, and so we know how to set up the family functions around who the most people could celebrate their birth,
Man.
right? So when we have a big party, everybody in the month of June, June 1st is our day.
Man.
June June 1st is coinciding with Juneteenth, which was what we called back then. We used to call it the Pit Festival, which was a cookout festival.
Is that where the
And
Oh no, I'm thinking of something else.
every tribe had a different version. Like the ones that were seabearing, like the West Coast, they didn't barbecue like steaks. They said they had like they cooked fish, um, whale, stuff like that. And they hunted off the ocean. Well, when the Spaniards came, the Soto and them assaulted from the west. They was forced to have to fish inland lakes, so they
Right.
changed they style of cooking and everything to suit the war condition they was under.
Yeah.
But if you go to like Florida, you know they was probably cooking gator, turtle, you
Yeah, because
know,
they be all down there.
yeah. But when you get in the heartland, there was bison, elk. We ain't had no damn cows.
Man, I was just finna say all cows got tick. Like when you think about it, do all cows? It. I don't know if it's really no male cows because they. I ain't gonna say
They
I ain't
call
never.
bulls.
Okay, man, I was finna say.
A bull is a male cow, and they come from the same stock as the female, but they normally the reason you'll see a lot of bulls is because normally by the time they get 8, 9 months old, they big enough to slaughter. You
Man,
want to save the female for milk, and the males you let them get so big. If you let them get too big, they become aggressive. So you want to slaughter them before the aggression kick in, which is the testosterone, which makes the meat tough.
okay,
Right. So anywhere they got a dairy farm, if they got you can buy the male calf for dirt cheap. They don't want that's waste product.
right.
Right. The only reason why they leave them there for a month or two is to make sure that the milk is flowing through the mother, and that's to keep the milk production up. So it's we didn't have cows over here.
Do you think we gonna get the bison? You think they're gonna give us the bison? Like we gonna get the bison back?
Well, I got a pound of bison ground bison up there to make some chili with. That just ain't cooked it yet.
Man. Okay, so
But
well,
it's
yeah, you probably wait until afterwards, like me.
yeah, but you can find bison, elk, and venison in the stores now.
Right.
Because a lot of us that's remembering, we starting to say if we gonna eat some red meat, it got to be from the land. It got to be bison, elk,
Mm.
venison. Cows ain't from here. They brought
They not.
cows over here.
Right.
Right? We got to remember that they reintroduced the horse because the horse was used for food stock in the famine that ended up wiping out the horses. But horse meat is better for you than cow.
Right. Cause I be
But they
heard, I
got
be
us
heard
thinking
stories.
that is not good for you. But horse meat, it's the same. It gives you the same effect like a bodybuilder on steroids, but it's all natural.
I'm gonna have to try that. Honestly.
Yeah,
But
all your man stuff is boosted with horse meat. It don't do that with cows and with calves. With the bovine beef that they've been feeding us, it spikes our estrogen and it brings down our testosterone.
you think that's why some dudes be having like erectile dysfunction by the time they get older?
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of the natural herbs we used to eat is not part of our food stock no more.
I was thinking that the other day, like damn, it seemed like damn near anything you go try to like they didn't tamper with literally everything.
All that done on purpose. It ain't by none of it by accident.
Man.
Contrary to popular opinion, none of it's by accident.
So the
They
red meat, like
deliberately, yeah, they deliberately changed our diets. You gotta go back and study the history of the bison in America, and it's gonna tell you that they decided to kill them all off because they said for every bison we kill one of them. Talking about us,
yeah,
right? And that's why you got mountains of bison skulls with hunters standing in front of it and standing on top of the side. they was killing them by the millions.
They doing that just to try to. They doing everything they can just to get to us, man. I hate that type of shit.
Look,
See my
and we still here. We got to remember
man.
that when we go through everything they did to get rid of us, we still here. The harder they tried to stomp us out, the more we proliferated. We don't die. We baby kids. We multiply.
And for real, you already know what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
I was,
did I answer you, nephew? I'm gonna take another caller if you good.
yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Rod. Peace.
Peace, God. Peace. Man, I like talking to the youth, man. They so, especially when they get it. K Flow 74. What you do? What you do? K Flow 74. Come on up, chiefing with the chief. Let's see what you got for. Okay, now. Need a couple more seconds, then I'm gonna bring somebody else up. Let me even see if they sent it. Yeah, they sent it to me. Kimberly Royster, K Flow 74. You coming up? Okay. Move on to the next. Dev Leo Hadanis. I don't even know if I said that right. You know, making it one, you need to make your profile one long word. Sometimes I'll be butchering that stuff. Peace, God.
Peace, peace, Ong. How you feeling?
Looking good, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing, immaculate, happy, and grateful to be in divine timing and divine alignment.
Man, that almost gave me the Holy Ghost.
I be here.
Yeah. So what's going on with you today? What's on your mind? What you want to talk about?
I want to express gratitude. I want to express gratitude because it's been a long time. The last time we got a chance to chief, you know,
For sure.
was that they removed certain codes from you because of all the information that you possess. So, uh,
So you seen that.
Benki kufusa galeria de Kimunta, see Sofa Suntaka. I am Devleo Selohi Fetia Vawadaka. My name is King Adonis in most of these spiritual streets, but I am Devleo. I am the reincarnation of that I am. And we are here for the remembrance.
Yep, that's what we're here for.
And
Hey, you know that name Adonis, right? That's like saying in the ancient times, that was like saying I'm the sexiest man out here. That's why if you go when you go look up the old Adonis, they always draw them carved, muscular, with no blemish, no scars. That was yeah, that was a braggadocious name to carry.
yeah, that name was given to me by my mother. Her name's a Raven.
That's some tribal stuff there.
Yeah, you're talking to Big Mama, to Big Mama, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
am.
look. So,
Uh,
you ever see the movie The Crow?
mm-mm.
Watch the movie The Crow. It's not really a crow. It's really the raven. The
Uh,
crow is a miniature imitation of the raven. The raven is the great bird. The crow is the lesser bird, right? And so the raven is the messenger that is in this world that's talking to the other world at the same time. The crow imitates the raven. It's like a little miniature version. So you got a Doberman pinscher, then you got a miniature pinscher.
so like it's and it's so funny because everybody, my family, they all from Baltimore, and they Lord, they all call her
Shout out to
Poochie.
Demo.
Yeah, they all call her Poochie,
That
and
was
it's
my
interesting.
that was my sister's nickname when we was little.
That's funny.
Tribal shit, baby. Tribal shit.
And she recently just dream that a white wolf hopped in the bed with her and just was licking her on the face.
Whoa. I know Kelly got to be watching. You just brought up the white wolf because she been walking with the white wolf with the gold tint.
Egelege buksin faigamonte, excellent efu.
So all of the white animals is the animals that come to bring peace after the warring animals, the red, the blue, and the black, have tore up shit. So then you see an influx of what they call them albinos, but they're not true albinos. They're just a white version of the darker one. So when it loses the color, that means karma is clear.
Oh my goddess. I have the white dove. I have I have my ancestors here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the dove, you know, the pigeon is a dove too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now the dove was used to be used in varying forms in rituals, and it was always. You ever see a funeral where they release doves,
Mm-hmm.
and
I've been
they stopped doing it at funerals. Now they only do it at weddings.
hmm.
They stopped doing it at funerals because you releasing the ancestral spirit to go to the great mother in order to get instructions to bring back to the family. It was banned, it was outlawed at one point. It was part of Mississippi, Louisiana culture. Jazz funerals, they minimized them. That was a graduation for a great ancestor.
Yeah. Does it have anything to do with the sacred midwife?
The sacred midwife, well, you have two. They doulas, birth doula and the death doula.
A,
Sometimes one can carry both functions.
a big joker and a little joker, right?
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. But it would be more like a high priestess and a priestess, right?
Okay, look,
The
let's see. So, pardon, just for like clarity for the
mhm.
collect. I am a dragon and I speak the dragon tongue, and English is not one of our like favorites. I also speak Steinoon, which is the language.
Dragon mean master.
I have a 22-degree Virgo moon in the 11th house.
33 mean master. Yeah, but it ain't no regular master because what did you say, Virgo?
Virgo moon in the 11th, yeah. The Rainbow Bridge.
Right, because the Virgo moon, right? That's the mother at rest, and you the watcher at the gate. You keep the motherfucking predators out.
That is, I am
There's
the white dragon.
Yeah, so they think because you're a dragon that you're a baby dragon and that you just cute and cuddly, but when they go try to bother mama, it's a whole nother animal come with that. That's the Pisces, the two siders of Pisces, the one that dives deep and the one that'll come up out the water. Don't play with me.
Oh, but I also got six cancer placements in my ninth house, though.
Yeah, what?
Six cancer placements in my ninth house.
That's straight emotional energy. But that 69 is balance. That means when you fuck a motherfucker up, they earn that shit.
11/11, and I'm a Libra rising. We bring injustice all the way through. We wrapping it up. That's what you told me to do the last time we talked. You
Yep.
said, "Oh, meant to wrap it up." Yeah, yeah, yes. I'm on.
Yeah. Yeah, full circle, baby. We back at it again. We
Back
brain banging. We ain't gang banging.
to the back. Then,
Yeah. Anything else you want to ask about?
um, below FMA, the Georgia Mount.
Which one? Because the Stone Mountain is not the only mound in Georgia. Matter of fact, it's multiple mounds that go from Georgia through Kentucky and Tennessee, going north through Alabama, Arkansas, going west. A whole bunch of mounds. There's mounds all over the land because it's everywhere was sacred to us. So everywhere you see a mound, everywhere you see a mound in 50 miles circumference around the mound is called sacred tribal territory. So when they take the land from us, they have to conceal the mounds so we not mapping out the sacred lands that when we perform our rituals, we draw maximum power. To be directly on top of the mound is to draw the most energy in the ritual. But anywhere in that 50-mile radius, you riding the wave. Every one of them is a 50-mile radius around them, which is a big ass circle for the people that don't know what a radius is. So everywhere they overlap, and then you get the most overlapping ones. You have what's called a Vesica Pisces control center, right? All of these different circles come together at. It's
Or
gonna
you,
go all the way down to a little piece that look like a little triangle like this from all of this area, from all of the. And when you get to that little area and you zoom in on the map, yep. Well, that's how it's gonna start. It's gonna start as a Vesica Pisces when
and
the
then
first.
yeah.
It's gonna keep doing that. Now, if you look right there, you see where it look like it's like a skinny 8 in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
One of those is the area. It's the area between them. It's the little area, and it kind of look like a a squares on its corner, right in the middle. That is the power point of the mound structures that holds the most creative force where your will can be maximized to its highest potential.
0 point.
Now, yeah. So now you going into the matrix down to where all of the streamer numbers are being counted at, and you hijacking the counter because it's doing like this, counting the ones and zeros on the binary, right? This is where you at in the codes where they pushing the ones and zeros out the way for the rest of them to come down. This is like this. So it's an energy field.
Oh, right. Clearing the grid working on the flip side.
Right. So when they move in the ones and zeros, it's calculating what the reality is supposed to be producing. Right? Now, all of the old ones and zeros become material matter. That's why the matrix is counting it so fast. And what we consider as time is just the recycle loop of the ones and zeros. The binary code has to be recycled because it's infinite. Figure eight. Same figure that's in the middle of that symbol on your hand.
So, Chief Unicorn, right? And being the unicorn, we shapeshift, and that goes from the water to the land, and it can also go from the land to the air, and it can also go from the air into the underworld. Um, Before I got
If
on
you
here,
look at the screen right now, by your head, you see the unicorn horn running across your forehead in the red light. And the light is the unicorn head looking in the window. That's crazy. But never mind me, I'm just delusional, psychotic
you
individual
know,
that don't know what I'm talking about.
absolutely, all legend and shaman, priest, psychic, earth angel. Maybe I've never been here before,
You know,
but
all for conversation's sake. Let them think what they want. Well, we know what's really going on. What Pac say? You can tell your homies whatever you want, but you and I know what's going on. This is the payback.
okay, 'cause they will never see me, the big P. Okay,
Yeah.
but there's a black book that keeps being spoken on of my ancestry, and You know, my Dagawe, her name is Darva Sikasi. It means Sekhmet Firehawk.
Ooh-wee. She the
She
wrong one to cross. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go.
There's a black book. It's an onyx stone tablet, and it's a sacred text. Um, we're supposed to be remembering like our most ancient self.
Yeah, I can't read the writing on it though, but I can see
Uh,
the imagery. Whoa, your voice went out when you said that. I ain't hear nothing. I just seen your lips move. It
remembering
did.
the. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Every time you get ready to say that name, it cut out. Whatever it is you trying to say, try it one more time. Let's see if it cut out.
I'm the name that cannot be spoken.
Okay. Yeah. There's
Yahweh.
certain. It's certain tones that the masculine gender uh, knows, sinuses, and larynx together. When they all come together, it can't produce this particular frequency that the feminine produce, and we're not supposed to say certain names. That's why they be prohibited in religious texts. Because when the male say it, it changes it to something nefarious.
And that's where I was taught like Stanun is like the language of seven, but I'm not allowed to be taught because it's like you have to be sworn to secrecy in order to be like able to learn like certain codes and stuff. But like I ain't swearing nothing because I love my freedom. But yeah,
That's why I'm wearing. That's why I'm the lone Sherman. That's why I
yeah,
had to be the self-raised master because I can't sign none of their contracts in good faith because I'm
yeah,
gonna break it. I'm gonna
yeah.
break it out the gate. Soon as I hear something that I think one of my brothers need to know, I'm gonna tell them.
Exposure.
That's why I be on here doing social media. I'm gossiping about all of the dirt they was doing to us behind the scenes that what they didn't think none of us was gonna be able to figure out how to read their language so we could tell each other. And now I'm just gossiping about what they've been doing and telling people where to find the receipts.
And isn't it tea time? Like what?
So
Got any questions?
that's why they want us to read because they knew that sooner or later it was gonna be somebody like me that heard the statement that if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book. That was gonna make me read every book they got.
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, now if you ever let somebody come up, chief with the chief.
We appreciate the witnesses and the unmerited gift of grace, and we give thanks for what is holy and what is true. Gratitude to the 14 divine masculine flips.
And
Peace,
I'm
peace.
the 21 triple seven. I'm seven. My mama's seven. My granddaddy's seven. My mama's father.
My mom is 7. I'm a 6'9" flipper.
69 is balance on the balance.
Ashe.
The mirror flip. 6 is the mirror of 9.
6 life path, 6 destiny. I got 11. Yeah, the numerology is here. Tap in with me,
But
family.
remember, when you're reading it in the sky as a 6, it's telling you it's a 9 on the ground. It's the flip. It's the mirror flip. It's the upside down. The mirror opposite in the stellar is how you flip the astrology into where is it at on Earth. Longitude, latitude tells you based on the flip where is the rays of that radiance gonna come in at. And then all you gotta do is their calendar that they use is a divination tool. We think
Oh,
it's clock and time.
oh, yeah, I lock in with the I Chings, the
That's
wheels.
why so that's why they got us thinking that September mean the ninth month when it's Sept. Septium is 7. Octum is
Right.
Octum is 8, right? Um, November is Nuevo is 9. So the real 999 portal or the second flip on the gates. Because what they doing is they opening the gates early by using the collective unconscious to project the 999 over the 799, artificial entrance into the gate. But when the real children of the sun know that the real 999 portal gate is November the 9th, not September the 9th, it brings the awakening to the forefront. Shout out
Mm,
to the sister that reminded me. It was a young lady came in my comments to remind me. I already knew, but I be like at the point I'm at now, I'm at the dilly gaff mode.
what's that?
Do it look like I give a fuck.
Oh, right.
So
Right.
so while I'm in dilly gaff mode, uh I'm seeing this stuff, but I'm like not putting the information out as hard pace as I was because it's enough people waking up, and I want them to look at the other people that's also cracking the code. It ain't just me. I ain't the only one. It's
Yeah.
just that I'm able to tie them all together. So I need them to look at other people. So I need to fall back because I need to see other energy cracking the code from a different perspective. So they'll know that there was no one way to fight this war. We had to fight it many different ways.
Yeah.
They call that multifaceted warfare.
And that's why so many people from like the gatekeepers or the gatekeepers we get dogmatized because they don't understand that we're really androgynous and it's not about gender or sexuality. It's about being able to respect the mother, knowing where we come from, and honoring the balance of opposites.
Well, we was all female first
Exactly.
until mama told us that we had to be men in our womb.
And then we are now.
Then she okayed daddy to have an image of himself through her. And they thought daddy did it on his own. How you got a father God? Who is mama?
That
This is what room did he come out of? We don't got no problem with you having the father God, but you got to remember, Hail Mary, mother of God, what the hell that make her? If she the mother of God, what that make her? What, well, you can have your God. We don't have a problem with that. But what do that make her if her son is God?
exactly. Oh well, somebody said Messiah. Exquisite stepper when I was at Buffalo State College.
So they talking about you?
It says
So they talking
sleeping.
about themselves?
I don't know. It could be a flip. It says Sleeping Phoenix 2 years early. Messiah. That's actually interesting because that's a flip. Yeah, I did. I was actually supposed to be like doing this in 2027, but I did 2 years early. And the Messiah flip is off my Buffalo knock from my college days as an exquisite mover. I'm the community outreach chair on the
Hey,
board.
everything that you saying is all tribal. It's all tied back to the tribe. That's how you know your ancestors had a path laid out for you. Now you got work to do. And it ain't even time yet because you don't really get your real test until you get about 50.
Oh, that's actually in alignment with my human design because I'm a 6'2" splenic projector. So right now, up until my Saturn return, I'm still in my 3 line in my FAFO experimenting and having like stories to tell. But I even know people are already like, Tim, write a book. Chief, write a book. Do this, do this. You know, I'm still accumulating my stories and my wisdom so that we can be able to give what the people need at the right time because there's so much information out there already that the people are not tapping into because they think they have to because they idolize and worship and glorify a lot of the spiritual leaders in the community.
Yeah, because that's the celebrity. When they say the worship gene, it's not to worship God. It's celebrity worship. It's to make you at a predisposition to worship a celebrity. Nobody that you don't know is supposed to get more honor and respect than the people you done been through the trenches with. And you got people that will give their life away just for one night with a celebrity. They give their whole life away for one night with a celebrity, right? And that is not normal or natural to who we are, right? And that's why I made pointed out when I said if if God had a mama, what do that make her? And you see us pinned in the comment, a God maker, right? The master that raises the masters is always the mother. That's how you end up with a Mason because she's mama's son.
Exactly.
But that don't mean he ain't his daddy's boy.
I just heard a wildcat.
It's crazy. I was just thinking about Chief Top Cat a few minutes ago.
Hmm. I got a
It might
cat.
be related.
I got a cat few. I call him my familiar. It's a black cat named Oreo, and it'd be like cats around the street that be just, but we always keep them covered.
Yeah, they got a. I've been being getting knocks from the cats. The whole feline energy they've been knocking. It's
I,
crazy because I just picked up a Nuwabian book, The Divine Feminine, from Dr. York at a Caribbean thing that was down over here not too far from my house the other day. And then I've been getting all these cat knocks. Here you is with a cat named Oreo, and my dog. The colors is the black and white. Look like they.
yeah, he's black. He got white paws.
Yeah, that's the color pattern is called Boston, but a lot of people call it Oreo for
Hmm.
some reason. But the term is Boston, black skin, white socks. That was telling you that the invaders of the Boston Massacre came in with black skin, but they pretended to wear white socks. That means they was hiding behind pale faces.
Literally, oh my goddess, I spent Elusa Makai. I spent like a long ran into this chief on the land in Georgia, Chief Ai Ai see Chief Ai, and when I'm talking with him, her the mother, because the big Joker, little Joker flip.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I want to say this.
I don't know, but you can draw it off the earth energy, the air energy, and you putting it off in the ethers.
I'm gonna pull a card for clarity for myself because it's a lot that I feel that needs to be said, but I want to respect the time and anybody else that wants to come up as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's here for people to lock in with. We got the six of coins, so we got balance. Six of the earth. So,
Remember I told you, 6 in the sky is 9 on the ground, but 6 on the ground is 9 in the sky.
and that's a flip on my destiny card because I'm a nine of diamonds. So,
You see, it's all alignment.
yeah.
I see you at the chief classes.
All right, catch you on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. Laverne Locust. I can't spell your Instagram, pronounce your Instagram name, so I had Miss Locust. Is it Michael or Michelle? I didn't even look. Laverne Locust. Laverne Lopez. I didn't call the wrong name. I must be talking to Angel or something. Yeah, don't let the smooth taste fool you though. Okay, so that one ain't working. Let me see if we even went through first. Yeah. Overcame them. That sounds Jamaican. Them overcome them. What's the name?
Hold on, let me turn on the light real quick. Dang, I didn't know. I didn't know I was gonna be talking to Rod Hayes tonight, man.
Yeah, I ain't know I was gonna be talking to you tonight.
Dang.
we both in the learning stages. We learning something right now. Chiefing with the chief.
Yeah. How you doing? Doing all right? Man?
I'm pretty smooth, pretty smooth. What can I help you with, my brother?
Yeah, I was just thinking, because I was just watching a detail video, like, it was like this real emphasis on 2027, like what should I do to prepare myself, like physically, spiritually, things like that. Like, what should I do to prepare for 2027? Like, what's gonna happen these coming years?
2027. Look,
Yeah.
whatever coming by the time 2027 get here, we gonna be to live through it already. So follow your path, do what you already know you're supposed to be doing, and you're doing about 80% of what you're supposed to be doing. And the preparation is the side effect of being aware. Because the more you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you start seeing things that you need to do in advance in order to keep from going through a rocky road, right? Your instincts gonna tell you if you believe in yourself, then you gotta believe yourself first. For your personal preparation, because don't nobody develop spiritually at the same pace, right? So only you know what your pace is, but you don't know what your pace is until you start putting yourself through your paces. That means doing the work. So, like the brother that was just up here, he pulled tarot cards, those training wheels.